Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between me right here spawning as the red Zerg player over here at the 1 o'clock position, my partner Enrix spawning as the blue Zerg player over here at the 8 o'clock position. Our opponents are going to be Digie over here as the purple Terran player, and then finally Chiss over here as the teal Zerg player. So it is going to in fact be Zerg versus Terran Zerg here on Lost Temple. Should be a pretty interesting game for you. I've been playing a lot of 2v2s more recently, and 2v2s are a lot of fun. It's a nice break from 1v1s, as there's just a little bit more higher pressure. Generally, rush tactics sometimes either work out really well, or they become that 2v1 game where the one player that you didn't rush all of a sudden has such an economic and tech advantage that you've invested so much money into your early rush that there's not much you can really do. Both of us are now coming in with these overlords, so we are going to in fact see that it is Terran and Zerg, so pretty interesting matchup. We'll see how this really works out. Just taking a look at the army unit overlays, and let me pause this for a second. Alright, welcome back. Sorry about that. Took a little bit of time to take care of something. Anyways, coming back over here, we have this, excuse me, just a little bit out of it. Overlord now moving back over here, trying to come back, making sure that that queen, when it does spawn out, does not take down my overlord. I do not want any overlords in my, excuse me, any overlords or close to my positioning due to the Nidus canals. Now, this is after the new patch, so the new patch does change a lot of the Zerg tech. Infestors can no longer infest air, they can no longer take out, no longer infernal parasite air. Taking a look at the hatchery by Enrix sitting on a fair number of drones. I need to take a look at how he does this, how he does his hatchery build, as it's a pretty effective hatchery build. No early rush though, so that's really going to help him out, as there is no early rush. Taking a look over here, we have 15 drones, and now finally going to be building that spawning pool. So just wait for it. There it goes. Spawning pool now coming into play. Coming back over here, I am running off of a single spawning pool. I'm able to produce some Zerglings, also getting my queen out. So that queen is going to be trying to produce additional larvae as quickly as possible. We have a supply depot built over here just in case. Digie wanting to make sure that no Reapers are able to come in from that backside, wants to have additional sight around that map. Taking a look over here, the tech lab now being produced down, so tech lab being used to complete that front door. Very, very nice front door, I must say, as the barracks is no longer in position, but that tech lab will be easily taken down. But at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, it does have, in fact, more hit points than a supply depot. Coming over here, I tell my partner that I gave him ally control, so we're going to be able to use each other's units, and that is going to be very important. I don't know if it's in this particular matchup or another matchup, but it is very important to give your partner ally control if you trust them. Now, sometimes there may be a little bit of miscommunication, and I think some of you guys saw the replay where I was working with Gradius, and Gradius didn't realize exactly what was happening, so he told me that he had a face palming moment right there when he was watching that replay and kind of laughed at himself. And you know, it happens, but you know, it's all in all, the benefits of unique ally control is better than no benefits of ally control. Now, once again, using that spawn larva ability. Also, that transfusion on that queen is very, very strong in order to really counteract any harass. It's something that I actually often overlook. Now, I think that it's a little bit expensive, though, as the transfusion ability on the queen cannot heal the queen itself. And for 25 energy, would you rather have an additional 8 larvae, or are you actually going to try to save up that transfusion energy? That just doesn't seem quite right. Taking a look over here, I am in fact getting that hatchery down now, so my hatchery is going to be a little bit later. And taking a look at Digie now coming in with some marauders and some roaches. So a large number of roaches. Was this a group of 7 roaches along with 2 marauders, 3 marauders, and a couple marines now moving out. Taking a look at the army sizes, Chiss and Digie both with those larger army sizes against me and Enrix with pretty small armies. This is looking pretty bad. I do in fact have a couple roaches, but those roaches are not going to really nearly be enough. I am trying to spawn or generate creep around that map so these roaches are able to move around much more quickly, and in come those roaches. unfortunately for me, I do not have any spine crawlers down, and this is going to be a very, very tough fight for me. I'm trying to mass up my units a little bit more quickly. I cancel my one particular I cancel my hatchery, and now in comes this fight. Roaches quickly take down that queen. Drones coming off the line in order to try to fight back, but this is just too much for me. Roaches trying to fight back. Roaches microing down, focusing down on some of those other roaches, but the army fight is just far too long. Taking a look at this, Zergling's going to be coming in from the backhand side, but those Zerglings will not really be able to do that much. And this attack will be successful, if I remember correctly, as they're just going to continue to keep that pressure up. Roaches now trying to come back on, so I have 5 roaches, but really I've lost so many drones. I'm taking a look at this, drones not mining over here. Taking a look at the income, I am now down to 9 harvesters, so that is very, very low in terms of harvesters, and I need to be fed a little bit more minerals in order to get at least some roaches up and be able to push back any attack. The Overlord's now spawning that creep all around, or in my base, throughout my base, so that I am able to walk around a little bit more carefully. I do in fact have burrow on my roaches, so the burrow enabling my roaches to heal a little bit more quickly, but it's going to not be enough, as Chiss is going to come in with 7 more roaches. And I tell my partner that economy advantage that you have better be really good, as I realize that I am so far behind. He is now mining with an additional 5 drones over here. The key thing is, though, that he has access to additional gas. So with additional gas, if he tries to do any harder tech, he will definitely have an advantage. Now, I am trying to move out, trying to activate these Zelnaga watchtowers, perhaps seeing if any attacks are going to be coming in. Chiss, on the other hand, with a couple of those roaches, and taking a look at Digie. Digie also now massing up a large number of Hellions and a large number of Marauders and Marines. Taking a look back over here, things not looking too good. I am trying to test the waters with my roaches, and my roaches quickly getting taken down, trying to run back away. My roaches moving more quickly than his roaches, but there also are some Hellions on the map, so things not looking good. I need to move back into my base, as the large number of roaches are going to be trying to come up in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and try to burrow these units here, and I want to try to split up these units. If I can split up the units and perhaps take down a couple of the Marauders and the Marines while they're not there, while the roaches are up front, if I can pick them off, I'm going to go ahead and just pop up right there and try to start firing against these units, able to take down some of them, trying to take down some of those units, but those Marauders and those Hellions are now going to be coming back up. I'm going to go ahead and try to burrow once again, and he's just going to go ahead and start scanning, and once the scan comes into play, it's going to be a much more difficult fight for me to do anything with. I have roaches on this high ground, but I should have pushed over here a little bit more. There's those roaches, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm pretty safe right now. He probably doesn't see me. Once again, he scans, and he must have seen my roaches burrow, forcing me to pull back with my units once again. Enrix now coming in with some more roaches of his own, trying to reinforce me. I'm trying to move with my roaches along my creep, but unfortunately, his roaches also get benefit for being on creep as well. Enrix now, for some reason, taking a lot of splash damage, and those Chiss now coming in with those roaches, and my base is going to fall with the second wave. So unfortunately for me, I'm definitely in trouble. Digie now says GG, Enrix says get a drone out. I'm trying to get these drones out, but unfortunately for me, we have Chiss now. Oh my goodness, I moved back that drone back in, and now the rest of these drones getting taken out. So unfortunately, I am unable to run all of my drones out, trying to get them outside of my base. I mean, at this stage in the game, I realize that I have absolutely no use economically to my partner. As those roaches are going to go ahead and finish off this base, I am now going to be revealed. Not much to really be said. Coming back over here, Enrix does in fact have double hatcheries and getting some roaches, and right now I can lose all of my buildings, but I will still be in a fairly decent position, as I am at least able to offer some micro support for my partner. Now we have these Hydralisks now coming in, trying to take down this Overseer. I want to keep this Overseer up as long as I can, as that Overseer should be fairly important. Gonna go ahead and move away with that Overseer, and now this Changeling gonna quickly turn into a Zergling, and now run over here and activate this Zelnaga watchtower. So very nice there, using a Changeling to activate that Zelnaga watchtower. Just giving additional sight around that map. Roaches now on this front door, so Roaches now trying to move in, and these Roaches are going to be able to take down these Hydralisks so easily, and with really no issue there. Quick Hellion coming in, toasting that one Zergling, and now I have Enrix now coming in with some Mutalisks. So Mutalisks coming in, Hydralisk or Roaches trying to move back and then getting within the range of these Spine Crawlers. Spine Crawlers coming in, dealing so much damage towards these units. Hellions trying to toast more of these units, but unfortunately they do not deal bonus damage towards those Roaches. And now we have a group of Mutalisks in the air. So Mutalisks now coming in, trying to focus down more of those units. I'm trying to focus down those air units, as I know that the Mutalisks will able to finish or focus down the units that can attack air, as I know the as I know the Mutalisks will be able to continue to harass. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between what is essentially now Enrix against Digie and Chiss here on Lost Temple.